Hello, I created 3 decks that might be playable after nerfs. The idea behind those weird creations was to find a place for the nerfed cards. Also, I don't want to say that those will be playable NOP decks, but they might belong into a bottom of tier 2 or tier 3. Even Rogue is a pretty aggressive deck that tries to find synergies with the hero power, especially because it's so super consistent. You will always get this on turn 1, and then on turn 2 you've got some sort of buff or just a synergy, like for example Sharkfin or Toxicologist. Also, I decided to include the Corpse Taker package because then we can easily get the Wind Fury, and it synergizes really well with Cold Blood. You can deal even more points of damage, and it's just a little bit disgusting, but it's great at the same time. Also, we've got a pretty powerful mid game, for example like the Violet Teacher. I decided to include this because we've got few spells that synergize with it, and also the stat line is pretty okay. As our finishers, we've got the Lich King, a really powerful card, especially in even decks, but also at the same time Argent Commander. That's sadly we can't play Leroy, but it's almost like this kind of card, and you can play this also just for tempo or additional points of damage, and you can also play Cold Blood on top of it. So basically we need a charge minion in order to play Cold Blood and then kill our opponent. So we've got a slightly more expensive finisher, but for 8 mana we can deal 8 points of damage, and even if this won't kill our opponent, it's still a really tricky card to deal with because of the Divine Shield. Also, Cursed Castaway will allow us to draw another combo card, and because we've got Elven Minstrel, we'll get this, but also then we'll start a chain of card draws, so we'll get even more steam to deal with our opponent. And even if like this whole plan will fail, or like for some reason you will face a taunt minion, you can still kill opponent with the spell Zerker, buffed maybe by the backstab or just anything else, because you can then target your own minion in order to deal more points of damage to the opponent with things like Eviscerate or the card out from Razorpetal Lasher. In Even Hunter, we want to mainly focus on Spellstone and also Secrets. We'll use them to control the board during the early game, but also we've got a lot of late game win conditions. The first one, and probably the best one, is Deathstalker Rexer. It's great because of its hero power. Every single turn you can create a huge Zombieast, and at some point the opponent will just run out of threats and then you will win. Especially you can counter Odd Warriors with this kind of hero power. It might be a little bit harder against the quest version, but still, even then, there is a way to just, you know, pressure them enough to win the game. If you want a little bit more value right away, you can just play Zul'jin. It's better against the aggressive decks or maybe a mid-range deck, because when you will play this you get value during the same turn, but also there are a few different ways how you can just summon a lot of threats on board. Lich King, great defensive tool, and you will get even more value. Katrina will allow you to get one of your powerful beasts, and because the Battle Cry on Charge the Violence won't trigger, you can just hit your opponent face or trade into something right away. And also I decided to mainly focus during the early game on board clears. That's why there is a Houndmaster, because usually it's super hard to kill and your opponent should target this right away, and even then you still got Wing Blast or Flanking Strike in order to kill something and also get some sort of benefit. From Flanking Strike you will just get a pretty okay minion, and Wing Blast is really cheap, especially when you will kill something previously. And Mosey, this is a great tech against Out Paladin, because I assume this will be one of the most popular decks after nerfs, and Mosey will allow you to kill most of their minions. Next we've got a 2-pack Shamey, because we've got 2 win conditions. The first one is a Bloodless. You can also combine this with Electra, and the second one is like the delayed version of a Bloodless, the Stormbringer or Troll Deathseer. Then basically you transform your minions into something bigger and way more dangerous, and usually after one turn you kill your opponent. That's why we want to have a wide board and play things like Scarab Egg. Flank Town will allow us to trade those minions if we'll feel that, you know, we are in danger and we should actually fight for the board. I decided to include Sentimo because it synergizes really well with Totemic Smash. We can also get few totems and at the same time kill something, and also you know, you can get 3 unstable evolutions at the same time when you will play it with the Sentimo or with Earth and Might. So basically, like, this is the different way how you can draw cards when you will play Earth and Might on the elemental, but you know, you can just get more points of damage. And also a Storm Chaser will usually give you the win condition, and Serenade Chain Gang, also Former Champ and Corridor Creeper. Those are the best targets for your evolution. If you enjoyed this video, remember to leave a like and subscribe, and share your thoughts about the new season and also upcoming patch or just changes and what the meta will look like. And yeah, see you in the next video.